The Oscars are always full of surprises, but what made this year's ceremony truly stand out?
Mommy! Mommy!
From unexpected wins and shocking snubs to heartwarming tributes, which moments had everyone talking?
I've done this before. Thank you.
And who delivered the performances that stole the show? Let's dive into the highlights from one of Hollywood's most unforgettable nights. As always, the Oscars closed out award season with a bang, and they did it in the best way possible. The red carpet was a spectacle of jaw-dropping celebrity fashion. Don't worry, we've got you covered on that separately. But for now, let's head straight to the stage, where the real magic happened. The night kicked off in true Hollywood style with a nostalgic movie montage celebrating Los Angeles. The reel featured iconic clips from La La Land, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and more. A fitting tribute as the city continues to recover from January's devastating wildfires. Then came the musical magic. Ariana Grande, dazzling in a sparkling red gown, took the stage to perform Over the Rainbow against a dreamy night sky backdrop. Right after, her Wicked co-star Cynthia Erivo delivered a powerful rendition of Home from the Wiz. But the real showstopper? The two vocal powerhouses teaming up for Defying Gravity. A moment so electrifying it earned them a thunderous standing ovation. Then it was time for this year's Oscars host, Conan O'Brien, and let's just say he didn't hold back. Introduced as a four-time Oscars viewer, he kicked things off with his signature sharp humor, taking playful jabs at each of the Best Picture nominees.
This is actually Ray Fiennes' third time being nominated. Yeah. If he doesn't win tonight, we all get to call him Ralph. Hey, Ralph, give me a towel.
Of course, he also made sure to compliment the audience on looking their best, well, almost everyone. The one exception, Adam Sandler, who casually showed up in basketball shorts and a bright blue hoodie.
You're dressed like a guy playing video poker at 2 a.m., Adam.
Sandler, completely unfazed, just shrugged. "I don't care about what I wear and don't wear," he said, before casually making his way out of the audience with a very important stop.
One more thing. Chalamet!
Of course, Conan O'Brien couldn't resist addressing one of the season's biggest controversies, Carla Sofia Gascon's nomination for Emilia Perez. He joked that the only person who dropped more F-bombs than Anora was Gascon's publicist. Carla, the first openly transgender woman nominated for Best Actress, faced major online backlash after past offensive deleted posts resurfaced. But Conan had the perfect punchline.
And Carla, if you are going to tweet about the Oscars, remember, my name is Jimmy Kimmel.
It was a hilarious nod to Kimmel's four-time hosting streak, including last year's ceremony. Conan also made sure to remind everyone of the night's golden rule: keep those speeches short. In fact, he promised not to waste any time himself, and then immediately did the opposite, wrapping up his monologue with a full-blown musical number about not wasting time. But he wasn't the only one to ignore that rule. One winner took things to the next level, but first things first. Last year's Best Supporting Actor winner, Robert Downey Jr., returned to the stage to present this year's award, and it went to the absolute fan favorite, Kieran Culkin, for his role in A Real Pain. He thanked his co-star and director, Jesse Eisenberg, and gave a heartfelt shout-out to his wife, Jazz Charton. But the best part, Kieran recounted a conversation from last year when Jazz promised him not one, but two more kids if he won an Oscar.
No pressure. I love you. I'm really sorry I did this again. And let's get cracking on those kids. What do you say? I love you.
So, looks like we're all waiting to see what happens next. Meanwhile, Zoe Saldana is officially an Academy Award winner. After sweeping the major awards this season, she capped it off by taking home Best Supporting Actress at the 2025 Oscars. Zoe also made history as the first American of Dominican origin to win this honor.
I know I will not be the last. I hope.
She was surrounded by her entire family and gave special thanks to her mom and husband, who, just like the rest of us, couldn't hold back the tears.
The biggest honor in my life is being your partner. You hung the moon and our beautiful, perfect suns, Sai, Bowie, and Zen. They fill our skies every night with stars.
And speaking of big wins, Emilia Perez was one of the top contenders this year with an impressive 13 nominations. The film also took home the Oscar for Best Original Song for El Mal, presented by none other than Mick Jagger. Flow won Best Animated Feature, delivering Latvia its first ever Oscar, and its team literally jumped for joy. The award was presented by Andrew Garfield and Goldie Hawn, who shared a truly sweet moment on stage.
There's a person who gave my mother, during her life, the most joy, the most comfort.
It was especially touching since Garfield's mother, Lynn, passed away from pancreatic cancer in 2019. The duo also presented Best Animated Short Film to the team behind the Iranian work In the Shadow of the Cypress, and they had quite the story to tell. The creators left the audience in shock when they revealed they had landed in Los Angeles just 3 hours before the ceremony. Shirin Sohani added that they had only received their visas the day before and could hardly believe they were actually standing on that stage. And then came another unforgettable moment when Wicked costume designer Paul Tazewell took home the Oscar.
I'm the first black man to receive the Costume Design Award for my work on Wicked.
Wicked, which racked up an impressive 10 nominations, also nabbed Best Production Design, while The Substance took home the Oscar for Best Makeup and Hairstyling. Meanwhile, Dune Part 2 scored back-to-back wins for Best Sound and Best Visual Effects. Conclave was crowned Best Adapted Screenplay, and writer Peter Stragan dedicated the award to his daughter, joking, "This is for you," before quickly adding, "But it's still mine." The Brazilian film I'm Still Here, starring Fernanda Torres, won Best International Film, marking director Walter Salles' first Oscar win after 5 nominations. One of the biggest winners of the night, Brutalist. The film took home 3 Oscars for Best Cinematography, Best Original Score, and Best Actor in a Leading Role. Adrien Brody claimed his second Academy Award for yet another powerful performance, this time in a drama about a Holocaust survivor. 22 years ago, he made history as the youngest Best Actor winner at just 29 for his role in The Pianist. And this time, he might have won another unofficial award for the longest speech of the night. Brody's heartfelt gratitude included sweet thanks to his partner, Georgina Chapman, and her kids. The orchestra tried to cut him off not once, but twice, but he found a way to keep going.
Please, I'm wrapping up. I will wrap up. Please turn the music off. I've done this before. Thank you. Done before. It's not my first rodeo.
And in the end, Adrien Brody wrapped up his speech with some incredibly important words.
I pray for a healthier and a happier and a more inclusive world. And I believe if the past can teach us anything, it's a reminder to not let hate go unchecked.
Now this nomination was one of the most anticipated of the night, because Timothée Chalamet had a shot at tying Adrien Brody's record for his role in A Complete Unknown. He's 29 too. So, who was the absolute triumphant winner of the evening? Anora. The film dominated the night, taking home an incredible 5 awards out of 6 nominations. Sean Baker won Best Original Screenplay and dedicated the Oscar to the sex workers who inspired the film. He also picked up awards for Best Film Editing and Best Director, cementing Anora's place in Oscar history.
Happy birthday, Mom. I love you. Thank you for everything. And this is for you.
And then came one of the biggest shockers of the night. Mikey Madison won Best Actress, beating out Demi Moore in a surprise victory.
I'm honored to be recognized alongside all of you. This is a dream come true.
But Anora wasn't done yet. To cap it all off, the film took home the biggest honor of the night, Best Picture at the 2025 Oscars. Meg Ryan and Billy Crystal had the honor of presenting the award, bringing an iconic When Harry Met Sally reunion to the Oscars stage. And of course, they couldn't resist, slipping in one of the film's most legendary lines, adding the perfect nostalgic touch to an unforgettable evening.
When you have a chance of being an Oscar winner for the rest of your life, you want the rest of your life to start as soon as possible.
One of the brightest moments of the night, the James Bond tribute, or more specifically, a well-deserved shout-out to producers Barbara Broccoli and Michael G. Wilson, who had already received honorary Oscars. Former Bond girl Halle Berry took the stage to introduce the performance, which opened with a dramatic orchestral rendition of the iconic Bond theme. Then came a show-stopping moment. The Substance star Margaret Qualley delivered a stunning dance number as a Bond girl. But the real knockout? An incredible performance from Lisa of Blackpink, Doja Cat, and Ray. The dynamic trio delivered an electrifying performance, earning a thunderous standing ovation. And they weren't the only ones. Firefighters who had battled the Eaton and Palisades wildfires were also invited on stage, and of course received a well-earned standing ovation. And we've got to say, they showed an amazing sense of humor too.
Well, our hearts go out to all of those who have lost their homes. And I'm talking about the producers of Joker 2.
There was also the traditional tribute to the actors we lost this year, presented by the legendary Morgan Freeman. He delivered an emotional speech about his dear friend and fellow actor Gene Hackman, who sadly was found dead at his home last week.
Gene always said, "I don't think about legacy. I just hope people remember me as someone who tried to do good work."
Interestingly, some people on social media pointed out that Michelle Trachtenberg was not included in this year's In Memoriam segment. Another iconic moment came when Oprah Winfrey and Whoopi Goldberg honored the musical genius Quincy Jones. Queen Latifah then took the stage to perform a stunning rendition of Ease On Down the Road from The Wiz. Jones, who served as the musical supervisor and producer for the film, met his most famous collaborator, Michael Jackson, through this project. So much went down during Oscars night, and there were so many unforgettable moments to discuss. Now it's your turn. Do you agree with the winners? What stood out to you the most? Let us know in the comments.